Hello everybody, this is Dr. Bob DiMaria with another episode of Ask Dr. Bob. Some very interesting questions, so I want you to pay especially a close attention today. So somebody asked me a question, Dr. Bob, I've had dizzy spells. When I get up from sit to stand, I feel like I was going to faint. And I want you to know this is very common, especially in females. The adrenal glands are fatigued, so let me tell you what happens. There's a nervous system in your body called the sympathetic nervous system that speeds your body up. So when you go from a sit to a stand positions, the adrenal glands are firing off and they're releasing hormones to cause the vessels in your legs to constrict. So as you're standing up, the blood is constricting, so your brain has enough blood in it. But if your adrenal glands are fatigued, the blood vessels don't constrict fast enough, you don't have that little momentary lapse of oxygen to your brain, and that's dizziness. So it's very common with adrenal fatigue. I talk about adrenal glands a lot. You need to avoid sugar, fruit, and of course stress. Here's just a little nugget. If you have your cholesterol blood test done, and if your cholesterol is elevated and your triglycerides, which are blood fat, are normal, your cholesterol is elevated because of stress. If your cholesterol is elevated and your triglycerides are elevated, your cholesterol is elevated because of diet. But I wanted to mention that to you because stress will raise cholesterol and place a demand on your adrenal glands. Dr. Bob, I take some natural thyroid. You've only been to a naturopathic type of doctor. You said you're otherwise healthy and you're obese. You have tons of food allergies, so I don't think you're really that healthy, but we won't even go there. You like healthy food, you don't eat sugar, but you lost some weight, you did some HCG, and 50 pounds came back to you. So you're going to want to know what's going on. Here's pretty much, you want to make sure your thyroid gland is functioning optimally. I have found probably the best way to lose weight is to eat non-starchy green vegetables and protein. I don't promote fish. You don't hear me talk about fish. I eat fish very infrequently. I do not eat tuna. So I want you to eat non-starchy green vegetables and organic animal protein. Chicken, turkey, lamb, some beef. Now I have talked about this in the past. I'll briefly talk about this. If you eat beef or turkey and you crave sugar, dense red meat like a New York strip steak and turkey can raise your blood sugar up. There's an article, and if you were to contact us at customercare@druglessdoctor.com, we will send you a very short article from the Well-Being Journal called Insulin Counting. It was written for ladies that have PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome, but I found it very fascinating as a weight loss type of article. But I need to keep on going. Dr. Bob, this is a bit off a topic, but you have someone in your family who wants to give a kidney to an uncle and wants to know my thoughts. So I did a little bit of research on this because you're concerned about their adrenal glands. You know, I'm of the opinion that I don't know if I would give my kidney to somebody, but I'm not in the situation that your family member's in, because when I did the research on it, there are possibilities of some adrenal distress, possibilities. And if your adrenal glands are not working, like I mentioned a couple questions ago, you could have a tough time of it. So, you know, I always thought that a lot of organ donors were from people who maybe have passed on with an emergency surgery. Yes, I do know that people donate kidneys. I don't know that enough about it to give you a for sure. I might have to really think about that one. Dr. Bob, I've been reading a lot about having a balanced pH. And I want you to know that pH can be very confusing. I talk about this in great detail in Dr. Bob's Guide to Prevent Surgery, because if you have an alkaline pH from drinking citrus, you could have shoulder pain. If you have an alkaline pH in your gut from drinking alkaline water, and we do not promote alkaline water, you could have digestive distress. But if you have an acid pH in your body, or your saliva testing tends to be acid, your metabolism could be altered. So it depends on where you're at in your body. So you can't be, say I'm acid here and alkaline here. Every part of the body has different layers. You might consider getting Dr. Bob's Guide to Prevent Surgery. Last question. Somebody's had a problem with their toenail started to be peeling off. Oftentimes toenail challenges are fungal problems. But the problem is not in your nails, it's in your gut. So we have seen a lot of yeast problems in guts and digestive challenges from that. And you may consider a complete blood count. You may consider maybe finding someone that you could have some nutritional microscopy done or have a stool sample done and have it cultured to see what you have going on. Tremendous questions. You're going to want to pass this on because those are some really cutting edge, innovative thinking that I just presented to you. I'm Dr. Bob DiMaria.